Uh-oh, Masked Singer fans. It looks like the Australia version of the show has a big problem and they need to shut down for a little bit. Let's talk about what that means for the US version before we get started. Make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the like button, please. But let's get started. So yeah, the big headline in today's news is that the Australia version of The Masked Singer has to come to a complete halt because a few of their crew members got COVID-19. Now, the reason why I found this out, I follow that show just because it's a fun show, and our show's not going on. That's a fun one, and a lot of things that's taking place during that show is taking place in ours, such as the at-home audience, the judges, the way that they have everything spaced out. And long story short, yesterday, a giant news blast popped up on my feed saying that the production has to stop. And I confirmed this with a post that they put on Twitter, which I'm going to read to you guys right now. It says, "The production of The Masked Singer has been immediately suspended as a result of several crew members," which we found it was 7, "receiving a positive test in a result for a COVID-19 testing. The health and safety of our community and our staff and production partners is our number one priority. The entire production team, including the Masked Singer," so the celebrities under the masks, "and the host and panelists are now in self-isolation. They're being monitored closely and are in constant contact with medical authorities. Network 10, which is pretty much, think of it as their Fox, is working closely with the Victorian government and the Victorian Department of Health and Human Services. Network 10 is providing all crew with the support and assistance possible." So yes, the Australia version of this show has completely shut down. Now, the weird thing to think about is the way they've done this show is kind of based off of the way that we're doing ours here. They started recording their show 2 weeks in advance, where everyone was kind of watching from home. They did a lot of their clue packages already. I think they're about like a month and a half in, and they have pretty much everything pretty much all ready to go through maybe week number 6. Everything filmed, maybe getting everything edited together, but right now it all has to come to a complete stop. Now, I do know that when you are in COVID-19 isolation, it is for 2 weeks, so it is possible that maybe, if you actually do the math properly, if they have 6 weeks of the show and they're only week 2 into it, which kind of gives them 4 weeks of a buffer, they can potentially get this show on track and start recording maybe by that 3rd or 4th week and be caught up to where maybe they don't have to miss a week or skip a week. But this right here is a great example of what would potentially happen if, say, The Masked Singer here in the US gets COVID-19. You know, right now Hollywood is still kind of shut down. The Masked Singer isn't in the normal stage that they're normally in. I'm not sure why they actually moved it, but I believe that it had something to do with which county it was located in. I don't really know what's the truth behind all that. There's so many changes with the show just because of COVID-19, you know, of course, the biggest being at home. And there's still tons of answers that we don't know. Are there going to be virtual windows? Well, I say windows, but really it's a wall of LEDs where those who watch the show at home were able to go ahead and actually be on there. I know at the very bottom of the contract, it stated that if you wanted to be recorded for the show and your reactions, you can go ahead and sign off on something. Now, just reading more about what is going on. I'm actually reading this from Billboard.com. It said here the show will still go on. All episodes are in the can with the exception of the grand finale. So my mindset is that they really truly have it all set and ready to go. If the grand finale isn't recorded, they still have those 4 or 5 week window where they're going to be okay. The one quote I wanted to read to you is this. It says, "Speaking of Channel 10's The Project," this is someone who actually runs all of the Masked Singer stuff. It says that the big surprise came 2 hours from the finale. So really, they were ready to go and finally finish the entire show off. And because of this COVID, they completely shut it down, which is very smart. And I know Network 10 is obviously not a Fox thing, but I do know that here in the States, that's probably the same thing that Fox would do, is if they found out last minute, they would kind of pause it and just kind of say, hey, yeah, we got 2 weeks here, we got too many famous people, we don't need Ken to get sick, we don't need Robin to get sick, we don't need anyone to get sick. But look, I think it is scary, but at the same time, I don't think we should worry. I think that our version of the show, everyone's been playing it really safe. I know there really is no way to kind of predict it, but as of today, we're August 24th, so whenever you're watching this, as of today, they already recorded a Friday and a Saturday of shows. So we at least have, actually, I think it's starting on third. We have 3 days of shows already recorded, ready to go. And we do know they're not going to start airing these for at least another 2 weeks, that we should be getting our first contestants very, very shortly. So I think that even if something were to happen right now, they have a couple shows pretty much all ready to go, and we don't need to worry as much. I do have to say a few things. A lot of you guys have been asking me questions. Hey, Joey, did you go ahead and sign up to watch the show from home? If you did, what do you think? Was it great? Did you have a good time? And the answer to that is no, I did not. And that's because, as far as I know, obviously I don't have a copy of the NDA, but I'm pretty sure that if I signed that, I can't talk about anything I saw, which would kind of suck. Now, I have been hearing little tidbits here and there of what people are doing, how they're enjoying it, what's going on. I do know that, like, on Saturday's show, they were running, like, an hour and a half behind, so they did some kind of dance contest with each other. I guess, I don't know if they were dancing with each other, not dancing with each other, like maybe they had each other on the screens, maybe they had some kind of comedian come up. Once again, I have no idea because people aren't really supposed to be leaking about what's going through. I do know that the first episode, there were 6 contestants on there that performed. I'm thinking that if we're doing the math properly, it looks like we're having 18 contestants. Because, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It looks like we have, if we do the math, it looks like we have enough for everyone to kind of perform once. And then if you remember, the finale has 3 unreveals, or 3 reveals. So unless they're doing, like, best of shows in there where people are just performing and no one's getting revealed, that's what it looks like to me. Maybe if you think about it, maybe the season premiere might be 2 hours. But then again, you expect 2 reveals. You see what I mean there? For every single episode, we assume that there's a reveal in there. And so if you do the math, it looks like there is 18. But once again, no confirmation. Just kind of going on here and typing in Masked Singer. I don't know if you guys are like me. I'm on this computer 24/7 trying to figure out who it is. And right now, everything is pretty much the Masked Singer for different versions. You know, you have here, Dragonfly is finally revealed on the Masked Singer. Not our version. The Masked Singer US unveiled rule change ahead of season 4, but that's 3 days ago. And that rule change was people are recording from home. And we broke that story on this channel. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, give this video a thumbs up. In the comment section, I want you to go ahead and comment, because you know I like to leave you guys with a question to answer in the comment section. My question for you is this. If the show were to get paused, say for 1 or 2 weeks, would you rather have a best of episode or no episode at all? Let me know in the comment section. I'm Joey. See you later. Bye.